life is actually quite boring. I don't know if you noticed. I noticed that from a young age. Boredom or ennui or tedium or repetitiveness or actually what I had to grapple with, and probably not very well at that time. Work is very, very tedious.
Yeah. And so this is the second part I highlighted.
Mhm.
Most people are refusing this admission. Instead, they pretend that they love work or that they love their work, and then they go one step further and tell others that they love work or that they especially love their work. The problem is that they're not looking closely enough at their actual experiences. I guarantee there are people that would argue and say, no, I really do love my work. And I think I get what you're talking about because I love the feeling of like spending an extended part of my life writing, and it feels good. But when I do notice in the moment, there is a lot of really just boring, tedious, mundane stuff. And that is very hard to articulate. Is that sort of what you're getting at?
I think that we're just not looking closely enough. This is why I'm obviously very committed, at least in theory, to meditation in a broad, non-formal sense. So the confusion comes from the following mistake that we commonly make. It could be called an abstraction mistake. When someone says, I love the, come now, truly, I love the work that I do, that's an abstraction. One has to, so to speak, step back and make some kind of summary statement. So far, so good. Yeah. The problem is that that statement is made from the clouds in a manner of speaking. I would invite you to go back to what it was like to be sitting there in front of the keyboard, slow down, and actually experience what you're experiencing. This is what traditions call aversions or dislikes. That's what I'm speaking about. At that very moment, what I was calling your actual experience, you didn't actually like it. In fact, this is a spiritual struggle because, if I may say this, there are lots of things and people that you're not admitting that you actually, on a moment by moment basis, dislike. You cannot find love in your heart, the love of all things, until I suggest that you've gone through this muck. Your abstraction is, shall we say, a coping mechanism. That's my argument. I'm not saying that there are not any cases in which I love such and such is true. I'm saying that it's a dodge by and large, and it's brought about through a certain kind of ignorance and a willingness to overlook the fact that you're sitting there in traffic en route to the office in the Bay Area. Do you like that? You're in a meeting that may be about implementing AI into healthcare, and you might have an abstract thought that says this is very impactful, or we're on the verge of a paradigmatic change. That's an abstraction. The actual meeting is dull. Your actual experience is that I don't like this person. I don't like my boss, and I don't really like being here. This may sound almost trivial, but I'm suggesting that what it's really like um, to lead a good life is firstly to be able to see and to be honest with yourself and say, I don't like this. And then secondly, by the end of the essay, I'm suggesting that there actually is a beautiful, in this case, largely Taoist understanding according to which it's possible for all activities to unfold logically, or let's just say naturally, and to feel as if you are well and right with the world. So I don't want to mislead. I'm not saying something cynical here. I'm first starting with the actual evidence. If you want to be honest with me, you have to start with your actual body of evidence. To abstract and to say something ethereal and to gesture your hand thus and so and say, I love this. It's so satisfying, period, is to be making an error and to be, I'm suggesting, dodging the evidence at hand.